It's the NFL on EA Sports, and the question is, are you ready for some football? Buckle up. There's football coming your way. Next on Madden Football.
Next to the beautiful San Francisco Bay, 40 miles from where Candlestick Park once stood. We're at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California. Welcome in, everybody. I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward up in our, dare we say, comfy, warm booth. But things far less welcoming down on the field, partner. The snow's been falling leading up to this one, and it doesn't look like it's going to stop anytime soon.
Can I be honest with you in the audience here, Kate?
Yeah, please do. Please do.
I was hoping for this. I love snow globe games, and as an offensive player, it's true. You know where you're going. You have the advantage. Tom Brady always used to say he loved playing in inclement weather, loved playing in the snow because it slowed everyone down to his speed, and he could take advantage of it. Keep an eye on these offenses today. They'll have their footing. They know where they're going, and this defense will have to be playing catch-up.
Cam Little out for the opening kick. And we're off from Levi's Stadium. Short kick here, fielded at the 15. And he was pushing for midfield there before they finally dragged him down at the 45. So here come the 49ers for their opening drive. Leading them out, a player known, yes, for that draft status, but also as a great methodical passer. I know you love this guy, Brock. The last pick of the 2022 draft, it's Brock Purdy.
You know, Kate, people won't stop recognizing Brock Purdy as Mr. Irrelevant right at first, but they better start recognizing his game. He shed that label of his draft status to me long ago. He proved there is no fluke to his talent. He knows how to see it, how to feel it, how to deliver it, and most importantly, he knows how to elevate the people around him.
They'll start this one on the ground with McCaffrey. And he takes it across midfield and into Jaguars territory. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
On 2nd down, here's McCaffrey. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
Purdy on 1st down. He'll get it to Brandon Ayuk. And he's taken down at the 30. Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. From the gun, McCaffrey. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the 1st.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
First down throw by Purdy. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down. Shotgun, handoff to McCaffrey. Room to the right. Oh, he lost the football. Jags pick it up. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. Well, that right there is exactly how you kill some momentum. An early setback, no doubt, but the first time out, fumbling it away in enemy territory, that's tough.
And such a bummer, right? Because the journey was going well. You script for success, you get that ball moving, and then you're right, you just lose all sorts of momentum. Got to recapture it the next time out.
So here comes the Jaguar offense now. Their turn to set out on an opening drive. And bringing them out, a former #1 overall pick out of Clemson in 2021, Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence has had a remarkable career. Over 50 starts in high school and a winner all the way along. National champion and 3-year starter at Clemson, and really a starter from day one after the first pick.
While a new offense preps to head out, we've got a stoppage. They want to make sure this is a turnover. Yeah, pretty bang-bang play out there. It's tough to see exactly what happened on our first look in real time.
But you know what I like here, and I do appreciate, and these officials are so good at let the play just play itself out before calling it dead. Now all the replays and the camera angles will give us such a better idea of really what happened.
So the nice defensive play, all for naught. He was down first, no fumble. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. McCaffrey running between the tackles. And he's going to get taken down near the goal line. It's a gain down to the 1. He gets him 9 on the ground. A good pickup ahead of 2nd down.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15+ at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
2nd and manageable. He's throwing. And got his man. That's a San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. George Kittle, the touchdown. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone while getting your offense established and into top gear right here early on.
Moody knocks that extra point through. And the 49ers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Returnable from the 1. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They bring Thomas in motion. Here's Travis Etienne on the ground. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Out of the gun, Lawrence. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Well, they got him down before he could do any more damage in terms of yards. That's no easy job, mind you, tackling a big tight end. But the main damage had already been done. He kept this drive going by getting beyond the line of gain.
Here's Etienne on 1st down. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 + 4 + 4 equals a 1st down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Etienne again. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. They pick up 1 on the run. Need more, though. That takes him to 3rd and 5. Lawrence working from the gun. He connects with the rookie from LSU. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Pick up a 5 on that play. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down. New set of downs for him from the 46. Out of the gun, a give to ETN. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, Lawrence. He gets this one to Strange. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Lawrence looking to throw. He has the first over the middle. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
Now their opening drive certainly going according to plan, Brock. It's a new set of downs at the 27. First down throw, Lawrence. He'll get this one to Brown. And he's going to be out of bounds right along the 20.
Kid, I promise you, if you and I got to travel the country and watch young quarterbacks, even really good high school quarterbacks, out routes are the hardest to complete. Slants, goes, fades, all that stuff comes somewhat naturally, but really trusting yourself to throw that out route, that comes with time and experience.
He completes it in traffic. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the two defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
All set up now for 1st and 10. Sticking in the air with Lawrence. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Now a give. It's ETN headed left. And he'll have a short pickup down to the 17. Call it 1 yard on the play, and that leaves him with 3rd and 14. So before they can get set and snap it, the clock runs out on Q1. Neither side separating much so far. Back to Levi's Stadium right after this. Back for the 2nd quarter. It's Jaguar football. They'll need a big play to continue a nice drive. It's 3rd and very long. Looking for somewhere to throw. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
Cam Little now to try the Jags field goal. From the left hash, 34 yards away. The kick by Shudak is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
You know, you look at that 3rd down play, looking back, and it really turns into a 3-point play. It's why situational work is so critical. Coaches talk about it all the time. Sure, you love the field goal, but man, they would have loved a touchdown more.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Kickoff taken at the 3. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The 49ers are headed back out on offense as we get a look at Christian McCaffrey. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They'll motion him out of the backfield. On target to his back, here's Christian McCaffrey. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Stopped by Foye Oluokun.
You know, Kate, it is so hard on these defenses to try to keep an eye and monitor on these running backs when they leave the backfield, especially if he's waiting to chip a defender or delays in the start of his route. He's really an underrated part of their overall passing game.
Trying an inside give now with McCaffrey. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Tackled there by Jordan Lewis.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
McCaffrey on 3rd down. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line. Stopped for no gain on the play, and that'll bring up 4th and 2.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, well, it sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
It's a punt coming from the Niners on 4th down, and Mitch Wisnowski out to boot it away. And he sends it up amongst the flurries of snow. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. It's scored as a 51-yard punt. And it'll be Jaguars football. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's ETN to begin the drive. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
2nd and 6 coming up here. They go right back to ETN. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Give him 8 yards on the play. And that's a Jaguar 1st down.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the 1st down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down. But instead, they move the chains. And that is one disheartening look on that defense.
Catch is made down the right sideline. Give him 30 yards on that one. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. They'll give this up the middle to ETN. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. to throw. Here's Lawrence. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, but then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future.
Third down, Lawrence to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. Pick up of a few as he heads out of bounds.
You know, I don't mind the scheme. In fact, I like the call. Just not on that third down in particular. Need to get it closer to the sticks to have a chance to move those chains.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. They're going to try with Etienne. And he's going nowhere there. Add that to what's been a tough afternoon for him. So the run doesn't get the yardage. It's a turnover on downs.
You know, it's almost like the defense heard that call in their helmet themselves. They dialed up the perfect blitz to encircle and cut off that run. And their reward is getting off the field.
Now out comes the San Francisco offense. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Purdy. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. Short throw to the sideline, partner. Normally works for them, right?
Yep.
But a cornerback lying in wait that time jumps in to make the pick.
Those sneaky corners, Kate, you always got to keep your eye on them. Offenses love this area of the field because they're easy completions. But as a QB, you got to use your eyes. You've got to look that corner off. Otherwise, he's going to jump the throw and get that easy INT.
Now the Jaguars offense ready to take over once more. They passed on the field goal, didn't get it on 4th down. Interested to see what they do if a similar situation arises on this next possession. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Lawrence to throw it. Finds him over the middle. And he gets this forward to the 19.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 19. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. This one misses the tight end. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
From the gun on 3rd down. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Got the one-on-one they wanted, Brock, on that slant, but just not enough to get the completion.
Yeah, you got to create separation. We all love the slant route. It can be super effective, but you got to beat press. You got to beat jam. You got to beat off man, and you got to create separation so there's not that bang-bang impact to knock the ball loose like that.
The kick by Shudak is good, and that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. Fielded just shy of the end zone. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The 49ers back on offense and set to take over. And this drive, Brock, hopefully longer than that last one. They were only out there one play before they were picked off.
They're kind of a good chance right now to see how risk-averse these guys are offensively. A lot of game left. They could give the passing game a little breather and start this one on the ground.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Getting out to his left. Now he takes it. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's a 49er first down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And he's brought down for a loss.
You know, for pitchers, you'll hear them say, gosh, you got to pitch this guy backwards. For defenses, you got to do the same at times, Kate. You just can't always run it on first. You got to mix in some high-percentage pass plays. Otherwise, you're going to get hit right in the face for a loss just like that.
Here's 2nd and 11. Forced out to his right. He tucks it and takes off. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it brings up a San Francisco first down.
Well, I can tell you what, that was the goal from the moment he took off. Kept his eyes locked on the chains and made sure he set them up with a new set of downs. Well done.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Sent to the ground by Mason Smith. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Well, that's a tough one because you could see the beginnings of what looked like an explosive play. But let's give some credit here, Kate, to the defense. A great job to bottle him up before it came to fruition.
They'll try it right with McCaffrey. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Devin Lloyd on the tackle. A gain of 5, and that brings us to the 2-minute warning. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Running back sent in motion. 3rd and short, here's Purdy. He's on the move. He's running for it. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. He manages a gain of 8 there. And that's a 49er first down.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
Purdy throwing here on first. Brought in inside the 20. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. That one goes for 31 yards and a first down when all is said and done.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw when you throw it that deep outside the numbers that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. This ball's cut by McCaffrey. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. The throw is caught. He has the San Francisco touchdown. All right, so this solid first half continues for Brock. They're into the end zone to extend their advantage.
And I think if you're a head coach, you've got to be very happy with the effort so far. You always preach about coming out strong, and they've been the ones dictating the tempo. As a result, they add to their lead.
On is Moody for the extra point. Snowy weather, no problem for him on that point after. And the 49ers grow their lead to 8. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Here's Parker Washington with the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Jaguars headed out on offense late in this first half. With the time remaining, we'll see if they can get this into field goal range before halftime. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line. 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Connection made, Travis Etienne. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that's a Jaguar first down.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get them enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. Etienne on the catch. And nothing doing on that run. Defenders bottle it up quickly. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Couldn't connect there, incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
Throwing is Lawrence on 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Hits him on the in route. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try the field goal right now. Cam Little now to try the Jags field goal. Ball on the left hash for this 41-yarder. The kick by Shudak is good. And that gets them back within 5.
Give him the first half trifecta. He's 3 for 3 on field goals. And as much as they'd like 6 points to end drives, not 3, they can at least be happy they're getting consistent looks inside field goal range, and he's delivering.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. Return starts from the goal line. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on first down. Drops to a knee, and that pesky final second runs off. So we're to the end of our first half. So we're halfway through this contest from Santa Clara, California. The hometown 49ers out in front. As we hear from Jonathan Coachman over in Orlando with our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, thank you, Coach. And we are back and about set to begin the second half. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Return starts at the 3. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Jaguars then running back Travis Etienne trotting back out to the field. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Inside handoff goes to Etienne. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Running it here with Etienne. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Nick Bosa makes the stop. Only a yard on the play. An improvement on their last one, but that brings up 3rd and 9. Etienne gets it on the draw. Juke the defender. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
On 4th down, it's Logan Cook on for the Jaguars to punt it away. And he sends it up amongst the flurries of snow. And he'll get under this one and make the fair catch at the 19-yard line. No return on that punt. And the 49ers will go on offense. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll start the second half with McCaffrey. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Takes off right out of the read option. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
Jaguars with an extra defensive back out there, 3rd down. From the gun is Purdy. Can't find anyone open. He's forced to throw it away.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
The 49ers are lined up in punt formation. And this is the second time he's been brought on to kick it. Fields this clean at the 30. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And they'll get ready to go on offense. The Jaguars in a good starting spot for this drive. Coming up, 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. Into traffic, complete. And he'll get it up to the 44.
You know, I often say there is a fine line between aggressiveness and carelessness. And when you throw into double coverage, well, it can go either way. That time, a tremendous catch by his receiver on the other end.
2nd and 3 now. Lawrence working from the gun. Escapes the pocket. Now here he goes. A 70-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. This is ETN. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you get runs of that length. It may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Jaguar Brown has it. He got in front of that one for the pick. Looked like that's the receiver it was designed to go to on that play, too.
Yeah, the QB just must have missed the lurky defender in coverage right there. That's where, as a QB, you've got to have the vision to not just see your route, but see those defenders in front of it. If you stare down your receivers in this league, turnovers follow.
So here come the 49ers on offense. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Isaac Arindo. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Stopped by Foye Oluokun. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Stopped by Foye Oluokun.
Not met many receivers in my life that don't love the spotlight, but you got to earn your place there. The easy way to do it, catches just like that, going up into double coverage and making the play anyway.
Third and short, he's taking the option right. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a 1st down.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there, making a really close measurement to see if he got the 1st down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
Purdy on 1st down. That's caught in stride by McCaffrey. And he gets him around 6 there. Sent to the ground by Mason Smith.
One of the things I love about this offense is how they mix and match their personnel. They move them around. One of the many wrinkles is sending the running back out as a wide receiver. And he's proven he's just as dangerous in that role as he is out of the backfield.
Shotgun snap for Purdy. That's incomplete left side. That throw was looking for Brandon Ayuk. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
They send one of the tight ends in motion right. Play action now with Purdy. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target could make a play on it.
They're out now, ready to punt it. It'll be Mitch Wisnowski doing the honors. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. He has it at the 13. And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And the Jaguars are going to take over from deep in their own side. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. He'll get this one to Brown. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. From the gun, ETN gets it. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Well, Kate, a 2-yard run on 1st down, I think that keeps you ahead of schedule, but you're going to have to pick up the pace.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 36. That's taken in by... Oh, the football's loose. Oh, and they pick it up. Time to push for that marker. Ooh, so close to a big play defensively there, Brock. But now these guys got to stay out there. They were unable to bring in the fumble. They just forced.
They do. Got to bring a little bit of juice, but kind of like a boxer when they get a guy cut, they know. Man, if I get that first cut, I can make them bleed. And you get that ball out the first time, I guarantee you, I promise you, those guys are thinking they'll get it the next.
He'll get this to ETN. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. That just misses the 50 mark, gets a 49-yard punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. This, our last play of the quarter. First down throw by Purdy. And as that one winds up incomplete, it brings us to the end of the 3rd quarter. So we're through 3 here. It's 49ers football, and we'll see if they can close things out for a win. Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Purdy throwing here. He's on the move. He's keeping it. Oh, he loses the football. Jags pick it up. And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
Man, that run was looking so good for him, but you'll see QBs don't always tuck it away like running backs do. That was loose, ball away from his body, and in prime position to be knocked free. That's exactly what happens once that defender catches him downfield.
The Jacksonville offense back on the field now. They struggled to produce on that last series, but better results ahead as they take possession here. Markers reset, ball at the 37. First down throw, Lawrence has him on the quick hitter. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
Putting the tight end in motion. Out of the gun, Lawrence. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. Defender smart there to get a hand on that one. But still plenty of options left on 3rd and short.
I mean, you could see it right there. The trajectory of the ball changed as it was in flight. You know, on shorter throws, receivers, they can focus, they can adjust quickly. But on a long-distance throw like that, a tip, well, it really alters the course of the ball and makes it so tough to make an adjustment in time.
ETN's got the first down. Oh, no, the ball is loose. And this is going to stay with the offense as he makes the recovery. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. Well, you don't like to see the fumble, but hey, at least they were able to be the ones to recover it, and they keep possession.
Yeah, and I think the key there was to stay calm through the chaos. Cooler heads prevailed. They got him the ball back.
They'll run, ETN. And he's brought down by a collective effort there, only 1 yard on the carry.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. One more time with ETN. Goes up and over for the touchdown. The Jaguars take a 4th quarter lead. Travis Etienne, the touchdown. Took a couple of runs into that wall before they finally punched it across for the score.
Well, that defensive front, you know they were dialed up to make a stand, but it was going to be a challenge to make another 2 stops even after that one. That crack formed in the wall, and it burst through for a touchdown.
He's throwing for it. Buys time, and he's going to be taken down for the sack. They can't even get a throwaway on that 2-point try. Ooh, this is so tough, Brock. You understand what he was trying to do, make something happen, ended up outside the pocket, but even some added creativity can't yield 2 points here.
If you get down here on these 2-point conversions, the real estate just gets gobbled up in a hurry. Not only for the QB, but the receivers as well. Only so much time to try to make something work before that defender said, "Not in my house."
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Fielded at the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. The 49ers headed back out on offense as we get another look at Brock Purdy. And there's a couple of moments we're seeing here that I think he's not going to want to be reminded of after this game. Turnovers have just interrupted his performance in this one. Made it really tough for him and this team to get into and stay in any kind of rhythm. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff to Garindo. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
His goal's pretty clear, Kate. Crash forward and then crash inside. Set that edge, but if you can come inside and bury that runner before it gets started, all the better.
Offense to the line for second down. They kick the running back in motion. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. On third down, Purdy finding Pearsall. And that will not be enough for a first down.
You know, I like the completion. You never thought to move the chains.
On now comes their punter. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. The Jaguars back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And get that big old marker out. Cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Now Lawrence on the play fake. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Hey, you'll often hear me talk about setting an edge, Well, think of it this way as well, especially with a bootleg. You want to be like the jaws of a defense. You want to just keep him inside. Get those jaws a-closing, and there's no escape valve for the QB then.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Trying again, following the sack. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Back now, pressure on its way. And they get to him again. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Kate, the game wasn't on the line with that series, but don't tell the defense because they brought the urgency and juice like it was. Getting the sack, setting up 4th down, well, it picks everybody up on that sideline. And now their offense gets a chance in a one-score game.
Jacksonville in punt formation. Logan Cook, the one to kick it away. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. 58 yards on the punt there. And it'll be their football. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Got a man, McCaffrey has it. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Simply part of the job description for any running back in today's game. You're out there, you're going to be one of your quarterback's most important safety valves. And you got to be ready for that check down at all times.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. McCaffrey running between the tackles. No gain on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 7.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. He'll throw it into the hands of Kittle. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Looking to return from the 29. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Jaguars and this running back headed back out for a new series. The Jaguars in a good starting spot for this drive. Coming up, 1st and 10. Here's ETN to begin the drive. And he's brought down after a short gain. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. We've reached the 2-minute warning in Santa Clara. Jaguars holding just a 1-point advantage. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. They go right back to ETN. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that 1st down. Now just 4 seconds after our 2-minute warning, we've got another pause. Timeout taken by the defense. Third down, 1 yard to go. A give right side, here's Bigsby. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Now we get another stoppage here, just 1:52 remaining. The defense burns a timeout. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Counter give to ETN. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. ETN again. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, a give to ETN. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Cam Little now in a high-pressure spot. From the left hash, 54 yards out. It'll catch the crossbar, and it's in anyway! And now their lead will push out beyond the field goal.
So after that make, a field goal won't cost them a lead, but a touchdown still ties it. or likely probably puts them down a point. Okay, this is one of those moments where the defense now has clarity. They know what the stakes are and what they have to defend.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. From a couple of yards deep, this is going to come out. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Back to throw. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. One final shot here. And that one hits the ground incomplete. A single second left now on the clock. No luck finding his receiver that time. So that brings up 4th and long.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
A bit of desperation on this deep shot. Big gain downfield. And he flips the field for them before being taken down. So the Jaguars, the visitors in this one, but they take home the win. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with the victory. So for Brock Heward and all of our crew, I'm Kate Scott, wrapping up another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Jaguars, as we'll see you next time from Santa Clara.